Hi, I'm Tom Byrne and this is my long-term effects presentation. Starting with the muscular system. Hypertrophy. Muscle hypertrophy is the growth of muscles and then the muscle cells increasing. So basically muscles becoming stronger and bigger. It happens after intense exercise, so after a rugby match, that's when muscle hypertrophy would happen after all your muscles have been working, and they become stronger so that they can meet the demands of exercise easier, so it's less stress on the muscles basically. Increase in tendon strength. The tendons is what connects muscle to bone, and it's the tissue that gets stronger, and it usually happens after repeated exercise. So if you repeatedly exercise and repeatedly stretch, then your tendons become stronger. The advantages are that it increases in flexibility, so you've got more of a range of movement, but also you're less likely to get injured because you've got a greater range of movement and it's stronger. It prevents the joints from getting damaged from wear and tear, and the benefit of it to a rugby player is that you can have more powerful muscle contractions, and it'll help in tackles, scrums,
Good.
these muscles. Increase in myoglobin stores. Because of repeated exercise, the body increases the stores of myoglobin. Myoglobin is what is used to store the oxygen in the muscles. The aerobic energy system uses the oxygen to perform at low intensities, so for aerobic activities like a marathon, or it would be used in a rugby game though, to complete the 80 minutes. And for that reason it's an advantage to have an increase in myoglobin, because then you can go on for longer durations easier.
Good.
Oh god, I don't know, it's just gone right to the bottom. Increasing mitochondria. It's similar to myoglobin in some ways, because stores increase in mitochondria, and that will benefit a rugby player because their aerobic endurance will increase as well. And they'll have more energy to use. This is because as a player plays a game of rugby, the demand for energy will increase, because the longer you're going, the more energy you've already used.
Yeah.
Therefore, the mitochondria levels also increase, so that the exercise and energy demands are met. Because rugby players are using the aerobic system to complete the game, they produce more oxidated enzymes which break down food to release the energy.
Good.
Increased storage of glycogen and fat. Oh, every time I press the down arrow it goes right to the bottom, sorry.
Okay.
Increase in storage of glycogen and fat. During a rugby match, the body breaks down glycogen, which is used as energy. As you exercise, your muscle mass increases, and that means that the storage area for the glycogen also increases. And by increasing the stores, it means that you've got more glycogen, which means more energy, so you can go on for longer periods to complete a game. Increase in muscle strength and calcium stores. After you exercise continuously, your muscles and bones will start to become stronger. The reason that bones become stronger is because of calcium, basically. Osteoporosis is a condition where basically you have weak bones, like brittle bones, so they're not as strong as the average bones. But it would be rare to find in a rugby player because it's prevented by doing things like weight training, which is what all rugby players would have to do. For example, strength training circuits.
Yeah.
Increased tolerance to lactic acid. When a rugby player exercises, or in any sport, the waste product is lactic acid. And but if repeated exercise, so if you play sport regularly, your tolerance to lactic acid gets better. So the lactic acid won't affect you as much if you're exercising regularly. And obviously that's an advantage because it gets rid of it quickly, so it reduces aching and you're able to exercise again more frequently and quicker after exercising the previous time.
Good.
Increased production of synovial fluid. Synovial fluid is a liquid which is created in the synovial membrane, and it's needed to lubricate joints, so it helps with range of movement and stretching further, makes them more movable. Before rugby players play a game, they'll do a warm-up, and the aim of the warm-up is to loosen joints and get the synovial fluid to lubricate joints, so that your range of movement is as close to its maximum as possible. The ligaments are basically bands of tissue that hold together the bones and keep them stable. The ligaments control the range of movement that a joint can have. There's also synovial fluid at every joint as well as ligaments. An example of where synovial fluid would be is at any joint that moves, like the elbow, knee, shoulder, and they're obviously all used in rugby for running, passing the ball. Increased thickness of hyaline cartilage. Hyaline cartilage is the cartilage that covers the ends of bones, so it's on the end of all bones, and it's the most common type of cartilage found in the body. And its function is basically to stop like wear and tear of bones, basically.
Yeah.
But it also provides shock absorption, basically. So when you're running, there'd be less stress on the knee because it's stopping the shock of the knee hitting the ground every time. So obviously an example of it in rugby, they're running for almost the whole game. So if a winger was making a sprint down the wing, or some forward was running to make a tackle, the stress on the knee wouldn't be as big. The reason it becomes thicker during exercise is so that it can reach the demands of exercise, because obviously if the bones are moving more than they usually would, then it needs to become thicker to stop the stress on the bone, which is useful to any sportsman because you're less likely to get injured. Increased strength in ligaments.